comes up with a long throw, not in time, so Capriva beats it out. And we see a little speed in addition to everything else from Dan Capriva.
You can almost see that kind of play developing. King played that back a little bit, not realizing that Capriva can scoot the way he does. This ball really not hit very hard, just out on the end of the bat. There you see King going down on one knee to make sure he gets it. He's got a good arm, but by the time he short hops Wade Norris down at first base, Capriva showing real good speed.
So that'll be an infield hit for Capriva, the second hit of the game for the Cardinals. Cleanup man to the plate now, Darren Opel, bouncing ball right to Norris, and an easy play at first, gets the Bulls out of the inning. So Louisville, no runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. The Bulls lead Louisville 3-0.
Champion Minnesota Twins, the New York Yankees, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Baltimore Orioles, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Atlanta Braves, all coming to Joe Robbie Stadium for the 1992 Spring Series of Champions. Tickets are now on sale for all 5 games. March 20th, the Braves against the Yankees. March 21st, the world champion Twins face the Bronx Bombers. March 28th, the Orioles against the Blue Jays. March 29th, the Orioles-Blue Jays rematch. And April 3rd, the Pirates against the Phillies. Tickets available now by calling Ticketmaster in Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach County. Also by calling Joe Robbie Stadium at 620-2578. That's 620-2578. Don't miss the Spring Series of Champions at Joe Robbie Stadium.
Today's injury report is brought to you by Eckerd, because to an Eckerd pharmacist, nothing's more important to you than your health. South Florida, Darren Scumberger out of the lineup for that nagging ankle injury, and for Louisville, Glenn Myers fighting through a bruised hip. That is your Eckerd injury report for this afternoon. Fourth inning action as J.R. Spar steps in for the Bulls and takes a strike from Mike Vick. It's 0-1.
A bruised hip. That's a little different than a hip pointer. The hip pointer in baseball, at least the players' jargon, is that when Nolan Ryan pitches, all the right-handers have hip pointers. Their hips are pointing to the dugout.
They check it first, and it's going to be a ball. 1-1 now on Spar. Spar, the freshman from Northeast High School in St. Petersburg, hit the ball solidly in his first inning, but was retired on a fielder's choice. Vick again behind in the count now, 2-1. J.R. Spar kind of took the look back to the home plate umpire on that one as it goes across the knees. Looked like he thought it was low, but the count evens at 2-2.
J.R. looking to be very patient in there, knowing Vick's got to throw some strikes to him. He'll be swinging the bat on this 2-strike pitch.
Now the count is full. Spar's got to be looking to a little bit more playing time. He's been used sparingly so far this year, a lot of times as a defensive replacement because of his outstanding play in the outfield, but with a couple of the Bulls slumping, he's got a chance to get some significant playing time in his freshman year. Popped up, shallow outfield, might be trouble. That's going to fall in for a base hit. The center fielder, Allen, couldn't get there, and J.R. Spar has the second hit of his USF career, and once again, the Bulls have the leadoff man on base.
Here you're going to see Spar swing hard. He gets it out on the end of the bat a little bit. Now the center fielder Allen actually takes a step back. He did not get a good jump on it. That's the reason that ball falls in there, and Spar gets a base hit. Looks like a line drive in the scorebook.
Spar runs well at first. The Bulls with outstanding speed top to bottom in the lineup. Now Brett King steps in and takes a strike. 0-1. Bulls have done a nice job staying patient on Vick. As a result, they've gotten a number of walks. They've gotten ahead in the count quite frequently. Back to first, and Spar in standing up, and a nice stop by the first baseman Opel there to keep that ball from skipping down the outfield line.
Vick has thrown a lot of pitches. Associate Sports Information Director from University of Louisville, Nancy Smith, tells me he's thrown 62 pitches Here we are just in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Up high, and the count evens at 1-1 on King.
What pitchers like to do is throw somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 pitches every inning. When you get up beyond that, you're looking to relief help in the 6th and the 7th.
Back to first, and Spar again in standing up.
Nancy, thank you for that information. Nancy joining us down here in the warm Florida weather. Watch her Cardinals.
Some Louisville fans did too. They brought some fans with them on the bus trip. They're pretty well represented here. Nice breaking ball, and it's now 1-2. Brett King moving in to take over the shortstop job this year for the Bulls. Has done a fine job. There's the lead from J.R. Spar at first base. And Vic taking a look, goes to the plate, and bounce foul. Count holds at 1-2. Not afraid to step in. He's been hit 4 times with pitches. That's tied for the team lead with Doug Carroll. Here's the 1-2. Lined on one hop. Allen knocks it down. Still got time at second, but they'll never get the play at first. It'll be a force out. And safe at first is Brett King.
King hits this ball in DP lane. There you see the shortstop bobble it momentarily. Now that will eliminate the chance for the double play. Second baseman Vogt probably should have pocketed that ball. King gets down the line pretty good, but no error on the play, as you can't assume a double play. And King, the hitter, did not advance to second on the wild throw.
Tim Merrick steps to the plate now for the Bulls and takes the first one low. So King on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bulls leading 3-0. Tim Merrick had a nice ball game so far, been on base twice. There's King at first. And not going to pick somebody off when they have a foot on the base before you throw. King back pretty easily that time. There goes the runner. Johnson with another strong throw, and it's there waiting for King. Jay Johnson doing a great job from behind the plate, and he has gunned down his second bull of the game.
Jay Johnson, a transfer from St. Leo College up in Dade City, just north of Tampa, gets a slow fastball and lets loose a perfect throw to second base. The second baseman Vogt covering, and King is gunned down. Only his second time for the second time this year.
He's got the 2 top base stealers this game now, Merrick and King both. There's Merrick with a pretty deep fly ball, and that's going to get between the outfielders and go to the fence. Merrick's going to run a while. He's going to try for 3. The relay will not be in time. Merrick triples with 2 outs. No way to anticipate what the next batter is going to do, but you know Brett King is kicking himself for getting thrown out on the base path.
Boy, the good news is that Tim Merrick is coming out of his hitting slump. The bad news is that Brett King was thrown out on the previous pitch at second base. There you see the ball rattling off the left center wall. Merrick pulls in with a triple, but no RBI as King was thrown out previously on a good throw by Jay Johnson.
The Bulls will once again try to deliver with 2 outs. Jason Garcia up now, had a nice sacrifice bunt his last time. And he sends a fly ball straight away. Center field should be no trouble. Allen is under it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So Tim Merrick belts a triple, but the Bulls come up scoreless. We've completed 4 innings of play. South Florida 3, Louisville nothing.
Putting out to pasture has the power to give new life. Computers you're going to scrap can keep millions of people from ending up on the scrap heap and being written off. Old computers donated to the National Christina Foundation are used to train people with differing abilities so they're alive with the skills society needs. Donate your old computers and other equipment to NCF. Call 1-800-CHRISTINA. Machines you can write off. people you can't.
You made it. Hey, I couldn't have gotten through physics without you.
Yeah, well, you're on your own at college.
It's not fair.
It's all right. I'm gonna get a job, you know, start working, I'm saved. And I'll be in college in another year or two.
So, what did you have planned, Mike?
Then we'll go home and make a sandwich.
Support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Bottom of the third was the big inning for the Bulls so far. They lead it 3-0. The broadcast rights to today's telecast have been granted to Sports Channel Florida by the University of South Florida solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this program without the express written consent of Sports Channel Florida is prohibited. There's the first pitch from Mark Reed, and it's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Rob Newman, number 5 hitter, right fielder for Louisville. And Reed just throwing strikes. It's 0-2.
That's the name of the game at this point. When your team stakes you to a lead, come out and take control, throwing strikes. Not all fastballs. Reed's shown the ability to get that good breaking ball over this afternoon.
Let's see what he does. 0-2 with Newman. High fastball, 1-2.
Reed's the kind of guy that you call him a position pitcher. Means that he likes to throw a pitch like a curveball, starting it up high, drops it down into the strike zone. Then he'll throw a fastball at the same location, hoping the batter will chase it. That time it was not lucky.
Line drive right at Garcia, 1
But he
down.
was fortunate enough that time to get a line drive right at another Adam ball. This time Jason Garcia planted in the right spot.
Newman with a pretty nice piece of hitting, taking that outside fastball and driving it to right, but right at a fielder again.
Well, he was very selective in there with 2 strikes. He laid off the high fastball. This time he just puts his bat on the outside. Looked like a little bit of a slider there. And Garcia perfectly placed.
Charlie Allen up now, the center fielder for Louisville. And again, Reed ahead in the count, 0-1. Conference play is so important, and you really want to rack up the wins when you're at home. The Bulls trying to get even with Louisville for last night's 6-5 defeat. Reed steps off after missing with the breaking ball. This has been a nice performance by USF so far, Chris, when you total it up. Reed pitching well. A couple of key hits late in the inning with 2 outs and some fine defense.
We've seen fine defense on both sides. Actually, the score is a little misleading.
There's a rocket that gets by Garcia at third base, and that will be hit number 3 for Louisville, a line drive hit by Charlie Allen. So Allen connects solidly, and he's a 1-out base runner.
Here's Charlie Allen hitting .375 coming in, likes that low pitch, and he drives it in the hole right beyond the outstretched glove of Vito Anello down to third base. The base hit all the way.
Well, that's a tough ball to pull, that low pitch on the outside.
Sure is. Well, Allen's got a lot of power. He's hit 5 home runs. He's got 31 RBIs. He's a fine all-around player.
He is the runner at first with 1 out as Tommy Barnes steps in. Swings and misses on the first one. He hit a line drive right at Wade Norris his first time up. We've seen a lot of the big bats this Cardinal team possesses, but they haven't had much luck this game hitting them right at fielders.
When I said the score was misleading, actually USF has had an opportunity to put this ball game out of reach already. And only good defense by the Cardinals have prevented it.
Let's see if the Bulls can get 2 here to second for 1 to first. In-time double play. Fine turn in the middle infield by King at shortstop and Garcia at second base. So for the second inning, the Bulls get out of it with a double play. We'll take another look as we go out. Going to the bottom of the 5th, USF by 3.
Baseball has been around for over 150 years. That's why the Postal Service honored America's game with its very own stamp in 1939. And now you can honor past and present players with the official Major League Baseball postage stamp. These are genuine stamps featuring 80 of the greats in the game. Andre Dawson, Darryl Strawberry, Wade Boggs, along with 300-game winner Nolan Ryan. Catch all your favorite stars in this stunning baseball collector's edition, containing 80 official stamps. You also get this deluxe 64-page hardcover album that details the history of baseball. Regular price is normally $29.95, but this special offer is only $19.95 for the premier issue of Major League Baseball in stamps.
With your credit card order of the baseball stamps for $19.95, you will be able to receive a set of 3 commemorative Desert Storm envelopes for an additional $10.50. For every Desert Storm order, $1 will be donated to the Red Cross. Call today, 1-800-762-1150. That's 1-800-762-1150.
South Florida leading Louisville 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Mark Reed tossing the shutout so far. Doug Carroll steps in first. Carroll scored a run after walking in the 3rd inning. Mike Vick still on the mound, and first pitch swinging. It's a pop-up into shallow left. And the catch out there by Barnes, 1 down. One out in the inning, and that'll bring up Wade Norris, who's 0 for 2. Popped up with the bases loaded his last time up, so you know he's a little frustrated. See if he can drive one here. Norris leading the team with 11 homers and 34 RBIs. Going to be a tough play for the shortstop, Allen, and he throws it wide. Norris will be safe at first base. Chris, it looked like he had enough time. Norris doesn't run that well, but the throw just wasn't there.
There you see the slow ground ball. Now the shortstop Allen comes in. Looks like he's got plenty of time. Norris hustling down the line, but that off-balance throw just not on the mark there. Norris will get on base by virtue of that error.
First error of the game for either team, so Norris a base runner at first with 1 out.
Norris not a threat to steal, has not attempted a stolen base this year.
Blake Byers steps up to the plate. 1 out in the inning. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and the Bulls leading the Cardinals 3-0. Both starters still in the game. Mike Vick on the mound for Louisville.
Vick hoping to have an easy inning. He is yet to retire the Bulls 1-2-3.
Had a chance at 2 pitches, 2 outs had they gotten Norris. Instead, he has to look at Byers.
He entered this inning having thrown 73 pitches just through 4.
And now behind 2-0.
That's 30 more pitches than his counterpart Mark Reed for USF. So you could say that Vick is 3 innings ahead of Mark Reed.
He's walked 4 and been behind on the count quite frequently to Bulls hitters. Here's the 2-0 to Byers. Shallow center field. Allen makes the routine play. They're going to go back to first, and Norris back standing up. Ball gets through, but Johnson alertly backing up. So 2 outs in the inning now. Norris remains at first. Norris, the senior from Plant City. 2-out base runner as Vito Anello steps in. He knocked in a run in that 3-run 3rd inning for the Bulls. Back to first, and Norris in standing up. Inside 1-0. That's a base runner that Vick should not worry about with 2 outs. Norris not a base-stealing threat, and the 2 best base-stealing threats for the Bulls have already been thrown out by Johnson, so he can really concentrate on the batter here.
He'll try to have to concentrate on Anello. Anello has hit Vick pretty hard so far. First time up in the 2nd inning, hit a line drive right at the shortstop. In the 3rd inning, Anello hit a line drive right over the glove of the shortstop, Jimmy Allen.
Came into the game with an on-base percentage of .400 in limited playing time. He's done a great job for the Bulls. That's on the outside corner, now 2-1.
It's the first series University of Louisville has ever played at Red McEwen Field here in South Florida.
Anello with a pop foul out of play. And the count will even at 2-2. Vito Anello has played shortstop, 3rd base, and 2nd base for the Bulls this year. First year with the program, he is a junior. Sends a fly ball center field. It'll be routine. Allen is there, and that's the inning for the Bulls. So USF gets one man on a Louisville error, but doesn't score the run. We've completed 5, and the Bulls lead the Cardinals 3-0.
Property owners, if you want to clear overgrown areas, you could struggle with a shaky sickle bar mower like this, or with a handheld brush cutter like this. Or instead, you could cut tall grass and weeds, brambles, sumac, even hardwood saplings up to 1 inch thick with the amazing DR Field and Brush Mower. The Field and Brush Mower chops most everything it cuts. There's no tangled brush to trip over or to pick up. And those big self-propelled wheels roll right through ditches, over bumps and logs with ease. The DR is not for your lawn, but what a job it does with meadows, roadsides, fence lines, walking paths, and woodlots. You can clear and maintain them all with the DR, every few weeks, once a season, whenever you want. A big color catalog is just $2. Call toll-free 1-800-982-2600. That's 1-800-982-2600 for your big color catalog all about the amazing DR Field.
South Florida leading 3-0 as we start the 6th inning, and stepping in to lead off the inning is Jimmy Allen, the shortstop. And a fastball is over 0-1 from Mark Reed. Allen 0 for 1 in the game. Bouncing ball third base. Garcia up with it. Check it. Anello makes the play at third base over to Norris in time, 1 down. So Vito Anello makes the play, and Chris, the Bulls have just got to be really pleased with Mark Reed. Every time out it's 0-1 or 0-2, and then he's getting the routine ground ball.
Well, Reed is such a fine competitor. He's pitched a lot of games this year, very close games where he didn't get a lot of offensive support for the Bulls. He's making sure today that he makes those 3 runs the Bulls have spotted him stand up.
1 out in the inning, and Jay Johnson to the batter's box. Johnson's had a great defensive game. And again, Reed across 0-1. Johnson 0 for 1, but the story on his game is gunning down 2 Bulls base stealers at second base. He's shown a great arm behind the plate. Count evens at 1-1.
In Mark Reed's last start against University of Massachusetts, he was breezing along through 5, then fell apart in the 6th. Many of that due to some seeing eye hits. There you see a ground ball over to Anello, finally played and thrown over to Wade Norris for the 2nd out.
So Anello makes 2 plays in a row, and there's 2 outs. And we'll go back to the top of the order for David Vogt. Vito Anello playing a nice game at third base. And the Bulls need that with Darren Stumberger still fighting off that ankle injury. Anello in there in his place, doing a good job.
Reed trying to get through that 6th inning jinx.
Up high and inside to David Vogt, the leadoff man for the Cardinals.
UMass Minutemen slapped the 7th spot on Mark Reed last time out last week. Reed breezing through this 6th.
Pop foul, and the count evens at 1-1. Nothing happening in either bullpen, so Reed and Vick, who have gotten their teams into the middle innings, going to be in there for a little while longer. 1-1 pitch is popped foul, and it's now 1-2.
Metro Conference play a little bit different than what the Bulls have been used to by playing in the Sun Belt. In previous years, they would play a day game on Saturday and a doubleheader, 2 7-inning games on Sunday. Here all the games.
Sorry, Chris, the shortstop.
We'll get back to that.
So we'll talk more about the Metro Conference schedule as the Bulls begin their first year of Metro Conference play. Looking for their first conference win. They're getting there, middle of the 6th. USF leads 3-0.
Welcome to the first game of the World Series. It's exciting, isn't it, Dick?
Oh, it sure is, Bob.
Now, Bob, I'm wondering what your thoughts are on a game of this magnitude. Well, Dick, I just have one big question. How did this guy get those seats? They're better than ours. I mean, he must have bought season tickets when the team first started.
Get your Marlins season ticket order form from any Blockbuster Video, Publix, McDonald's, or Republic Bank and get it in the mail, because you may never have another chance to get seats this good.
In New York City, they're so hard to come by, they're handed down from father to son. In Boston, they're negotiated in divorce settlements. In Chicago, people read the obituaries hoping to find a pair. Hockey season tickets are now available to see the Tampa Bay Lightning. How are you going to get yours?
For season tickets, call 229-8800.
Sports Channel Florida brings you exclusive coverage of the NHL. Sunday at 5, it's the Red Wings and Islanders. Tuesday at 10, the Blackhawks and Red Wings, only on Sports Channel. Your ticket to the NHL. Check local listings for availability in your area. Great day to be in Florida, and we want to thank for the hotel accommodations provided by Quality Inn, USF Busch Gardens, just minutes from Busch Gardens, Tampa Stadium, and USF, offering banquet rooms, suites, a health club, outdoor pool, and it's the home of O'Hara's Sports Grill, located just off I-275 on Fowler Avenue. For reservations, call 1-800-626